Now number one spark plug out, put a welding rod down the plug hole. Right, we crank the engine by hand. Then we get the welding rod up the whole way, fully up, number one cylinder. Back again a bit. And we check then at the bottom. We hit it marked top dead center. There we are. Let's show you it again. Get the two lining up. You remarked that when you had the cylinder head off. Get the piston top dead center. Check it there. Check it there. So it's top dead center. Both your cams locked in. Now you have a timing belt. Okay, and also make sure to put on some Loctite on the centre nut here and on the forward locking floating wheel here as well. Leave that floating until we get the belt on. Next step now is the timing belt. Now just check the timing again. Two blocks locked in. Camshaft locked, top dead center, and then you lock your floating wheel. One, and make sure you put a wee bit of Loctite on the studs. You will remove the blocks and crank her in once by hand. Make sure everything's alright. And adjust your timing belt to your owner's manual. So double check your studs tight, check this is tight, check the forward floating wheel stud is tight, and remove your blocks. Got your welding rod, crank her around once by hand and make sure she's all lined up again. Then she's ready in for the top cover and replace the spark plug again. That should be the valve timing done. Now just check the timing here. Caps are off, or one caps are back on. Just mark it there with paint just on the lobe, on the B, on that cap. And just on this on the 15, off the 15, marked with paint, this cap. And she's a top dead center at the bottom. Time belt's on, time belt is tensioned. You have to adjust the tensioner to your owner's manual. Now we're ready to crank the engine once by hand. Do not crank the engine with the key, crank it by hand to make sure everything's alright. Okay. So the car jacked up and one wheel is locked. We'll select fifth gear and crank it around by hand. Everything's marked up. Just about there. Get her line back up here again. Try to crank once by hand. Line her up here, line her up there, and she should be lined up down there. We'll check. Top dead center again.